Chipotle is halfway between Five Guys and Panera. If Chipotle is at 3, 0 on a coordinate plane and Five Guys is at 7, -5, what is the location of Panera? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some graph paper. I'm going to go ahead and put on what I know. Chipotle is at 3, 0. So that means to the right 3, because remember this is our x and our y. So travel on your x-axis first. So 3 spaces on my x-axis, so that's 1, 2, 3. And then 0 on my y, which means I don't go up at all. So right here is Chipotle. Call that C. Five Guys is at 7, -5. So once again, travel on my x-axis first. 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And -5, that's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts me right here. This is my Five Guys. I'll call that F for Five Guys. It says Chipotle is halfway between. So that means Chipotle has to be between Five Guys and Panera. So if you think about this, if Chipotle is halfway between, just draw a little thing. So that means Chipotle has to be the middle one in between the Five Guys and the Panera. So if I look at my picture, if Chipotle is the middle one, this one is my midpoint, right? So I'm not looking for a midpoint because I already have Chipotle. That is my midpoint. So in this case, I'm actually looking for the other end. So if you think about this as a segment, you're looking for, you have Five Guys, you need Panera, you need the other end. So don't do the midpoint formula. Instead, take a look at your graph. If this is the midpoint, then that means I've got to go the other way, the same distance away. So this is where it comes in handy to do some bubbles. So let's go ahead and count some bubbles. So from Five Guys, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bubbles up, and 1, 2, 3, 4 bubbles left. So that means I need to go 5 bubbles up and 4 bubbles left, and it should get me where I need to go. So let's go 5 bubbles up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 bubbles left, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts me right there, which is at -1, backwards 1, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think my Panera is at -1, 5. Now here's when I'm going to go ahead and do my midpoint formula just to check it, because I have both of my ends. So if I put both of my ends into my formula, I should get my midpoint Chipotle. This is me checking my work. Okay, so I think that's my answer. So my 2 ends were Five Guys, which was 7, -5. And I think my other end, Panera, is at -1, 5. So remember, I need to do my midpoint formula just to check my work and see if I end up at Chipotle in the middle. So I'm going to add up my x's. Remember, these are my 2 x's. So add up my x's, 7 plus -1. And I'm going to be dividing that by 2. So 7 plus -1, put that in your calculator, is a 6 over a 2. And that equals 3. Remember to do it in more than one step, because if you put this in all in your calculator, you're not going to get 3. So make sure you get an answer on the top, then divide by 2. Now I need to do my y's. So that is a -5, comma 5. Oopsie, -5. I'm adding them. -5 plus 5. And I'm going to be dividing that by 2. So -5 plus 5 is 0 over 2. 0 divided by 2 is just 0. So I got 3 and 0. So let's go and check my work up here. Is that where Chipotle was? 3, 0. So it looks like I did find my other endpoint. So remember, make yourself a picture and ask yourself what they're asking, because sometimes they're asking for the midpoint and sometimes they're giving you the midpoint. So you got to be careful and draw your picture and think about what the words say.